have you been otherwise?
I've been good. I've been good, thanks.
You're still working.
Well, so like you might know, I started 2 weeks ago, and I walked 6 days. I had also rest days. I had like 4 rest days, and this week I walked on Monday and Tuesday, but my shoes are not meant for hiking. I knew it, but I thought that yeah, I could do it. Walk with regular shoes. I was too optimistic. I mean, I was thinking when I was at my parents' place, should I take also my hiking shoes? But then I was like, after Estonia, I'm going further south. I'm not going to. I don't want to carry those. But it was clearly a mistake, and now I'm paying the price for it because I had to decide to stop and go back to Tallinn and ask my sister to send my hiking shoes to Estonia. So now I've been just waiting. I came to Pärnu to visit my friend here.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I'm going back to Tallinn because my shoes will be, well, probably not tomorrow, but I hope on Tuesday or at least Wednesday in Tallinn. So I will take my shoes and return to the place where I stopped and continue from there. I mean, Estonia is not big. I only have 10 days of walking left. So
only. And how many kilometers do you do for one day?
Usually from 20 to 30. And yeah, I have to calculate where the next camping area is. Well, it's prohibited to stay in a tent, to set your tent outside the camping areas. So that's how I plan based on the locations of the camping areas. And yeah, I hope usually they are from 20 to 30 kilometers apart. Sometimes there are like several camping areas, like one is 7 kilometers from the other, and then the next is 8. So in some days I've like passed 2 or 3 camping areas, and yeah, I try to walk between 20 and 30.
And how do you plan this? How do you plan the whole walk? I mean, do you have to look at the map about the camping areas, or do you already know them beforehand?
Yeah, I don't need to. In Estonia, they have 3 different routes or different trails, and this one goes from the north to the south, from the town or village called Oandu to Ikla, and it's 307 kilometers long, and there are some. It's really well marked. So there have been only a couple of times when I have used my phone to see where the trail goes. So yeah, they have done a really good job with the markings of the trail.
So this is a trail, so you know the trails from some kind of a touristic guide, and you follow the trail. You just not wake up in the morning and see on the map where the road goes and follow.
Yeah, it's not like in Finland or Sri Lanka when I was walking across those countries. So yeah, this one is a real trail. It goes inside national parks. Like in Sri Lanka and Finland, I was mainly walking next to the highways. So yeah, in this way, this is much nicer trail, and it's easy to follow the trail also.
That's really cool. I see. Yeah, and 30 kilometers per day, if I think about that, I mean, it's doable because if you have the whole day, or do you have some time of the day that you have to, of course, for lunch and this type of things? But otherwise, you have the whole day to make 30 kilometers. I mean, it's, I think it's doable if you're determined to do that.
Yeah, well, with better shoes. 30 is
Of
not,
course.
well, it gets hard after 20, like 25, 30, you start feeling it. But I think the first 15, 20 kilometers, like they pass really quickly. And but yeah, after that starts the hard work. Actually, you start feeling the weight of your backpack in your neck and shoulder area. And but yeah, with better shoes, I think
Doable.
it's not a problem walking 30 or even 40 kilometers. And I might also like test my limits again, how it feels walking maybe 40 or even 50, because my backpack isn't that heavy here.
Oh yeah, I see.
And with good shoes, like I previously mentioned in the first interview, in Finland I walked 70 kilometers in one day. That was the record. And in Sri Lanka, 49, almost
I
to
see.
50.
Yeah.
So I want to try here the same as well, at least on one day. But otherwise, I think from 20 to 30 is a good pace.
And what is the main goal of this walk? You have been walking, and you are going to be walking even more.
Yeah, my goal is to enjoy the scenery. It's nothing,
The scenery.
like, nothing more. So yeah, I want to see how the country changes when I walk across the whole country from north to south. The diversity of the nature, and also the small villages, and just learn more about Estonia and like deepen my connection, because I speak the language. I've lived here, and I think it gives me some new perspective also after I've walked across the whole country.
How do you see find the people of Estonia when you are at your pit stop or in the middle of the walk and you need to ask for something? Are they supportive, or are you struggling with? Of course, you speak the language, so it's good.
So I don't meet that many people if I'm outside the villages. And
that's right.
On the trail, usually there's a small village every 2 or 3 days. Or there might be scattered some 1-2 houses here and there, but so I mainly interact with the cashiers at the shops. But yeah, I had a rest at the first big village when I had passed 1/4 of the trail, and they were really nice people, and the lady, or actually the mother of the owner of that guest house, was really enthusiastic when I continued, and she came to hug me, and she was like saying, "That's so good that you're walking," and yeah, she liked it. Yeah.
Estonian hospitality, then.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And about your book writing and the whole of the walking that you're doing, how do you balance that? I mean, are you writing at the same time, or you walk and after the walk you continue to write or to plan your books?
So in my regular life, there are like 2 phases. One is that when I'm not walking, I'm creating new products, new notebooks. And when I get bored, when I've worked too much for too long, I get the itch to start an adventure. Then I go somewhere and walk, cycle, something across the country. Like now I'm in Estonia, and like after weeks of walking or cycling, you start wanting to get back to normal life and being in one place. And that's good, because then I have motivation to continue my work with my language materials.
That's right.
And then when I lose my motivation after, I don't know how many months, but from 3 months to half a year, usually, I start feeling like, I don't want to sit inside and just creating new products. And then I go to start the next adventure. And yeah, this is how my life has been now during the last year.
So adventure working. So it's kind of refreshment in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I like it.
And how, you like altogether the life of changing the environment, because you were also in the northern Finland, I think a few weeks back.
Oh yeah. So this
During the
year in
winter
January,
time.
I started living as a digital nomad. So every month this far, I've been in a different place. In January, I was in Naatama. In February, when I did the first interview with you, I was in Utsjoki. In March, I was in Syöte, in Pohjois-Pohjanmaa. In April, I was in Tallinn. And now this month, I'm spending my time walking across Estonia. And next month, in June, I'm going to Ukraine.
Oh my God. And you will walk in Ukraine as well.
Oh, no. I will row across Ukraine.
Okay.
I will row, well, I will paddle a kayak across the river Dnieper.
Okay,
From Kiev to Kherson. So Kherson is the last city before the Black Sea. So
I see.
Well, basically from Kiev to the Black Sea. But that's not 100% sure yet. I'm going with my friend, but we have to sort out like some stuff. Well, not just one thing, just getting the kayak. If we can afford, or if we find a sponsor, or someone who can give some discount in Ukraine, in somewhere close to Kiev, and if we can afford the kayak and the other stuff we need, like life vests and some other things, then it's for sure that it's gonna happen. But now we are sorting it out. Well, my friend is, I'm now just walking, but I'm gonna help her after completing my walk.
Fantastic. And of course, do you speak Ukrainian as well?
Me? No, I speak Russian on an intermediate level. Yeah, but yeah, my friend is from Ukraine, so she speaks Ukrainian and Russian. She's a language teacher, so yeah, we will also use this adventure somehow in our language related projects.
I see. That's fantastic. And do you do any sorts of touristic photographing or something that you sell to people, or you market them to some kind of touristic bureaus or something like that? Because you're working and traveling quite a lot. And of course, you take very good pictures too.
Currently, no. In Sri Lanka, I had a few sponsors. One that paid me, and one that gave me some products that I needed, and one that gave me some services in Sri Lanka. But currently, I don't have any sponsors. I didn't even try to get. I just decided to do this adventure on my own. But in the future, I would definitely like to create some documentaries or something. But now I just knew that I don't have enough equipment, or it would be too hard for myself just to film everything on my own. I tried it kind of in Finland and Sri Lanka. It was quite hard. So here in Estonia, I'm just taking it slowly and relaxing and just walking and having my small camera, taking pictures and like that. But in the future, I definitely want to create a travel show on my YouTube, or I don't know, Netflix, on TV. I don't know. It depends what kind of contacts and what kind of depends if I can find someone who could support my ideas. And
maybe National Geographic.
National Geographic, yeah,
because that could be I think it's a great talent and a possibility as well, because you walk, you see places, you experience in reality, so why not?
Yeah. I mean, I think the special thing is that I can communicate in 10 languages, and there are like 20 languages that I want to learn, that I'm now studying, and combined with the project that I walk, cycle, row across different countries, because I mean, there are a lot of adventurers that do shows for National Geographic, who do really amazing physical feats, in like they run or walk so quickly across different countries, and that's like not my thing. My thing is more showing the culture also, and
that's very important.
And being able to communicate with the local people, and that's one thing I've been missing myself, seeing in TV or some travel shows, because too often they speak English and there's some translator. But my thing would be that I would travel across the whole country in human-powered ways only, and I would only use the local languages. So because I think it's a concept that I haven't seen yet, and well, also some crazy events, because I like to try to win titles, like in Finland, the strawberry eating Finnish championship. So I think, combining these elements of like languages, traversing different countries, and like some interesting cultural events. I think it could be a interesting concept. I just need to find ways of realizing this vision somehow.
I think that could also be kind of part 2 of your book writing. I mean, because you could travel the countries and still communicate with the locals in the normal language, using the phrases you have in your book.
Yeah, that's actually also what I was planning, somehow using my notebooks and doing like one episode per chapter, and using the language in that country. But there are so many ideas in my head, how it's hard, and I can't do all of this alone. So
of course,
so I have to figure out what
production
kind of
altogether.
The production, and the concept.
And I think also this fact that you have been in Instagram collecting people who are interested to work with you. I mean, that could be, because quite rarely you hear people walking across the countries, unless otherwise they are, how do you say, athletes or some adventurers, really adventurous around the activity. But it could be also some kind of challenge, people's challenge, like, yes, we can still walk across Estonia, even if you're living in Estonia. It will be in June this time, and people will enroll, and then they come and work with you. There can be many outcomes. Some will enjoy the nature, others will enjoy the cultures, and you will get to know the people. But then there will be also those who are coming there in order to lose some weight. I think someone needs the motivation for walking for even 10 kilometers a day, you know. So.
Yeah, maybe I'll launch my own weight losing camp. So the camp is walking across the country.
Yeah, but what are you eating then? Because that's quite a lot of calories then you're burning and working so long per day. So do you have to eat quite fatty carbohydrates and proteinous foods? Or how do you maintain that you are healthy while the process? Because that's very important.
Oh yeah, that's important. Well, I have a lot of chocolate. I have peanuts. Then I have bread, some meat with the bread, so that I will get some proteins, and well, some crackers. But maybe I have just 3 or 4 things. From chocolate, I get around 1,000 calories per day, 1,000 to 1,500. I try to eat nuts, so I would get maybe 500, and then the bread with meat, I don't know how many calories, but and the crackers. So I think I get around 2,000 to 3,000. So I should get 3,000 a day, or almost.
Right.
So now when I continue, I have 2 days of walking before the halfway of my walk, and there's a village, and after that it's going to be 3 or 4 days. So I'll just buy from the shop enough food to survive 3-4 days. But yeah, I don't need that much food for 3-4 days.
Right.
So yeah, just enough to keep the feeling of hunger away.
That's right. Yeah, because then you also have to still maintain a healthy being or personality at the same time.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes. How would you tell a person who wants to try walking across a country?
Well, you can first choose the difficulty. If you want a really big challenge, start from Finland, or I don't know, Russia, USA. But if you want a easy start, then like Estonia is a really good way of starting, because they have these 3 trails, and this one is the shortest one. There are 2 longer ones. One is 550 kilometers. The other one is 850, something like that.
Right.
But this one is only 370. So it's easy to follow, and yeah, they could start by walking across Estonia, or well, of course they could first try walking some shorter trails in their home country. Like in Finland, there are a lot of good places where you find trails of from 30 to 80, 100 kilometers, and get some experience, see how it is being from 2-3 days to 1 week in the wilderness, for example, and seeing if it's your thing.
Yes. And do you carry any medication in case of anything?
Oh yeah, I have a little bit. I have some painkillers. I have some antibiotics. Yeah, I have something, not that much, but a little bit.
And of course, the snack thing, just in case.
No, I don't have that.
No, you don't take that one? Oh, that's my first question when it comes to walk in the wilderness. Like maybe Nick will come around. I know this is
water is actually one thing I didn't talk about. So I bought a water filtering system. It's like a big straw, like a really big one. So you can use it to drink straight from the water source, or you can put between you and the bottle. And when you have taken some water from the lake or river or any place, and it purifies the water.
Oh, so at the very same time when you're drinking the water.
What?
At the very same time when you are drinking from. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. It purifies it from all the viruses and bacteria. Yeah, but still, I try to take as clean water as possible, and fortunately, Estonia has really clean water here in the lakes, rivers. Swamps have really good water because the bacteria and other stuff that can cause any illnesses, they can't live in swamps.
Last question that I had for you is this is definitely your passion and your hobby, and you've done that before as well.
Yeah.
Was there any day that you wake up in the morning and you felt like, no, I don't want to go to work today?
Not this far, because I've just worked 6 days. But well, okay, probably that day when it had rained a lot and there was a little bit rain, a little bit water in the tent. Well, yeah. So wet, rainy days usually are the days I don't enjoy. Yeah, mostly I look forward to seeing what kind of a day I have. But the walk here is only going to be around 16 days. So of course I had that kind of days in Finland, especially. That was my first big adventure, and walking for 59 days. Yeah, I had that kind of days a lot.
Yeah, but then that's got to improve as you go on, because maybe you already know what type of things you expect during the process, and that's very important.
And there are always ups and downs.
And do we have to expect some new book products for this year, or are you still compiling them?
Yeah, yes, I'm gonna publish updated versions with 500 new words, and I'm creating the reverse versions. So for example, if I have English Finnish or English Swahili, for example, now I have like Swahili English or Finnish English. So basically the content is the same, but it's like targeted now for Finns learning English, or Tanzanians who speak Swahili who want to learn English, because
that's right.
There might be people who don't understand that the English, that the ultimate Finnish notebook, for example, can be used also to learn English, because you have all the content from one language to the other one. So that means I'm going to double the amount of my products from 20 to 40. And I'm also publishing around 10 new languages this year. So, and with the reverse versions, that's like 20. So by the end of the year, I think I will have around 60 to 70 products, probably.
Wow, quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
One year you made 20, and now you're going to make 60. On top of that, that's quite a lot. But of course,
yeah,
you already now know how to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. But yeah, I wish you all the best in the process, and I think this walking is really intriguing, and I think it will intrigue so many people because it's not quite natural to find people waking up and decide to walk across the country. And it could be, when I thought about it many times, I thought, oh yeah, that could also be an easy way of becoming fit.
Oh yeah.
You just have to have time, and of course, when you have a family like myself, it's then another thing because you cannot carry them on the 16 days of the walk. But I believe even if someone works for half a country, it's already a great activity, and potentially then in the future many groups joining Kristian on the walk.
And you too also.
I'm really hoping when the time comes and I have more freedom, I can I can join the walk trail, especially in small countries to start with. Yes, because I think I can manage
some small sections, like like with my friend James, we had plan of rowing the ancient the historical Swahili coast. So
I see.
So you can
that must have been
row
beautiful
for a few days.
Yes, that must have been very beautiful, of course, on the sea. But yeah, definitely. I mean, starting with a small country or city, well, city is maybe a small. I have walked across the city where I'm living. It's a small one.
San Marino, 16, 17 kilometers, one day.
that I can manage in a day.
Okay, that's a promise. I remember that.
Yes, that I can manage.
Promise to walk with me
in San Marino. Yes, in a day I can definitely manage. You just let me know ahead of time, and I can make the holiday.
You're great. We can also walk around. That might be maybe, I don't know, 30, but we can do it in one day.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful place as well. So you're welcome to seeing nice things. Exactly. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. But really great, and great to catch up again. I think this was an interesting and important thing to do, and we will continue even more when we see your new adventures as well.
Yeah, maybe when I'm rowing across Ukraine, or after that, if I'm
exactly
still alive. Yeah.
Yes.